Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owner's Box Fantasy Sports. Today's segment, buy low, sell high targets for your teams in fantasy baseball. Avery Chenier, Andrew Boyer, Jeremy Roach for our weekly trade show. Jerry, you want to get into it first? Any opening notes, buddy?
Yes, smash that like button. We need YouTube to push us. We're continuing.
100 likes on the video.
100 likes. We finally cracked 100, which is awesome to see. So continue to smash that like button.
Love to see it again.
We love putting timestamps in for you guys. YouTube hates that, but we love you guys. So smash the like button for us to push our videos.
And subscribe. Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Awesome.
It's been buzzing lately. The boys.
24/7. Literally 24/7. So make sure you join that. Let's go buy low first.
Buy low, as always.
Buy low. This is someone that we haven't mentioned yet, and I'm kind of shocked, to be honest, but that's Francisco Lindor. He's been terrible ever since going to the Mets. And you look at his baseball savant profile, and nothing is really out of the ordinary. I kind of wanted to not pick Francisco Lindor, but nothing was telling me that I shouldn't pick Francisco Lindor. Highest walk percentage of his career right now. He's running at 11%. So that's a good sign. Like, he's a great player, and he's a great fantasy player, and he's a proven player. And I have two names here, Tim Anderson and Corey Seager. I know Corey Seager's out with an injury, but those are two guys I would trade for Francisco Lindor. And I think that Tim Anderson is someone I would more likely move than Corey Seager. But Corey Seager being injured kind of devalues him a bit, and he hasn't been off to a hot start. But yeah, so Francisco Lindor, I don't know what you guys think, but I do think it's time to go after him, and it's only about time till he starts to heat up.
It's pretty much a no-brain buy low. He's done this for years. We know what Francisco Lindor is. This is a year where it's maybe a little down. His numbers are going to start to even out here soon. Everyone, I think, thinks that. If there's a rookie manager in your league and he doesn't think that, this is the guy you need to get off of him.
That Tim Anderson take is sharp. Selling high on him and getting Lindor. If you get that 1-to-1, definitely take that.
All right, Drew, your buy low guy.
I also have a Met. So mine is Mr. Pete Alonso. So maybe it's just the Mets lineup overall is struggling so far. But over the last 2 weeks, Pete is slumping with 1 home run, 3 RBI, and a paltry 143 batting average. But his StatCast profile shows he's still one of the elite sluggers in MLB. 99th percentile exit velocity, 92nd percentile hard hit, 96th percentile barrels, and perhaps most importantly, his expected WOBA is 82nd percentile, so he's still one of the top batters in the MLB. So you should look for this to right itself soon. If you have a manager that's struggling and thinks that he's not hitting home runs anymore and he's not going to hit any more home runs this year, Pete Alonso is done, I would definitely go and send him a trade offer for Pete Alonso. Maybe for Avery sell high, I'll get to in a bit.
Yeah, I'm like lukewarm on Pete Alonso. What are your thoughts on Pete, Jer?
Yeah, Polar Bear Pete, one of the best nicknames out there. But
absolutely.
No, he didn't. He wasn't very good last year. Like,
I said at the start of the
year.
I said at the start of the season, I thought Rhys Hoskins would have pretty similar output to Pete Alonso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is looking pretty good there. Rhys Hoskins has been great. But no, I think this Mets team, like, where's the offense?
Yeah, but yet they're still leading the division, so something's weird.
I mean, pitching is great.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I think that proven power hitter. Obviously can slug home runs.
Also highest walk percentage of his career so far.
Yeah, so if he's walking and he's hitting the ball hard, I don't see why not to buy low on him. And if there's a window there, I'd go for it.
Yeah.
My buy low, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. of the Toronto Blue Jays, currently slashing 234, 250, 326, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. When I looked this up, it was maybe the ugliest StatCast profile I have seen of all time. It is, when we talk about polar bears, that's what we're talking about Lourdes Gurriel's StatCast profile. It is blue. It is ice cold. It is Antarctica. That's what it's looking like. So people are going to ask, Avery, why do you want Lourdes Gurriel so bad? And I'm going to say this. Currently, 5-game hit streak, 10 for 22, 3 doubles in his last 5. Always plays better as the weather gets warmer. If we're going to look at his career OPS by month, 576 March and April, 712 in May, 1.022 in June, 895 in July, 686 in August, 883 September, October. Also, right now, his 259 BABIP is going to start to rise, and so will his confidence. He hits the ball really hard. That's been one of his calling cards. Maybe hurt by the new baseballs that are being hit harder but not going as far, so home runs might lack a little bit for him. But I could see him at the end of the year. You tell me like maybe 20-plus home runs, a couple steals in there, and he can hit over 280. I don't see this being a problem for Lourdes Gurriel at all. he's down 12% in his hard hit rate from any other year that he's had. That's got to start to even itself out. We know what Lourdes Gurriel can kind of do. I don't think we're going to see a huge jump out of the blue where he's just this awesome player, but he's got so much value right now. You'll never be able to get him at a lower price than you can right now, and that's why I think he's a good buy low. Anyone's thoughts?
I mean, yeah, he's a drop in a couple leagues. People are dropping him.
So legit dirt cheap.
Yes, I do agree that he's cheap. To be honest, like you said, I mean, his StatCast is obviously ice cold, like polar bear Pete type of color, blue. But no, I
just like some of your
Pete's
frosts.
is
yeah, just go. I just don't know if I see anything good coming in the future. But I do agree, though. I would take a risk because of that second base eligibility, and if I needed a second baseman, why not take a risk on him? And if I'm bottom of the league, I would take a risk on him. But if I'm top of the league, I probably don't take a risk here.
When there's a buy low and someone's struggling to create fantasy stats like home runs, RBIs, runs, average, usually look at the StatCast and hope it's red and they're going to be a bounce back. So it also being bad, it's not a good sign. Yeah. So I probably wouldn't buy low unless you really need a second baseman or the manager's about to drop them.
That's why we need a sharp play here, boys. I think he starts to turn around real soon. All Jeremy, let's get into one of your sell highs. Your only sell high, actually.
Yeah, my sell high. I'm shifting towards brotherly love on this episode. Yep. I'm going Yuli Gurriel on the Astros. He wasn't talked about at all going into this season. At all. Like literally, like it
he's
feels
also
like
39 years old. It feels like.
I feel like we've forgotten about him, but hey, 322 average, 32 RBIs, a 951 OPS. Look, I mean, these stats are crazy good, and if you drafted him, good on you. But I think it's time to flip him for someone. I mean, he's let's be honest, like he's not fast. He hits in the middle of the lineup. He's got a 4.6 barrel percentage, and this is normal for him to run. Like that barrel percentage as a power hitter, that is horrendous. And Kyle Tucker, to put in perspective, hits 7 in that lineup, and he runs like 11 to 12% barrel percentage. So I don't know how long Yuli Gurriel can actually keep this up. And plus, Kyle Tucker is getting hot. So at what point do they start to put Kyle Tucker higher up in the order? Because that guy should not be hitting 7.
Well, I hope it's today. Yeah. Is when they start putting him higher in the order.
So I think, at some point, there's going to be an odd man out, and I think it's Gurriel. So I think that a name I have here is Luke Voigt. I think that him coming back, I think
that's a no-brainer.
He's just a better version than Gurriel, and 32 RBIs is crazy for Gurriel right now. That's more than looking at some, I could name some top ones, but yeah. So sell high on Gurriel.
I don't think that's bad. Luke Voigt's kind of perfect one. Batting average, obviously, he's going to have a higher batting average than Luke Voigt, but I think all the other counting stats, he should be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, also the age 39.
Yeah.
He's not actually 39. I just know he's fucking old. I don't.
Yeah, he's probably
Lourdes is
way
like
older
20.
than his brother.
Yeah.
He's way older than his brother for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to my sell high.
Yeah.
So my sell high is rookie outfielder Adolis Garcia. I'm not sure if I'm saying that first name right.
You are.
Adolis Garcia. He's been electric. Probably a contender for rookie of the year so far this year. But over the last 2 weeks, 5 home runs, 4 stolen bases, batting .385 with 9 runs and 14 RBI. Over the last month, he's actually been the best fantasy hitter in fantasy baseball. And his StatCast profile shows that the power speed combo is legit with 94th percentile barrels and 84th percentile sprint speed. So why am I selling high? I'm selling high because of his current trade value. So if you can get someone that's actually one of the best hitters in baseball for Garcia, I would definitely do that. Maybe someone like Freddie Freeman or Kyle Tucker or Marcell Ozuna, someone that's been struggling for most of the year. See if you can get a real top 10 hitter because his strikeout percentage is over 30 and his BABIP is over 350 and his average is down to drop below 300 soon. So I'd get like a real legit seasoned veteran, like elite batter for him if you can before the average starts dropping and the counting stats start dropping.
Yeah, if you're picking up Adolis Garcia on the waivers when you're probably in a deeper league with guys who are pretty sharp, I would say. So you might not be able to get a trade that good for him, but I don't know. He's helping out your fantasy teams right now. He's obviously pretty much as high as he'll get with his value, I think, so far for redrafts. But what do you think, Jer?
Yeah, I personally would keep him. I do think that the power speed combo is
he's also a rookie.
Valuable.
You don't know what he does.
Well, he's a rookie, but he's also a 26-year-old rookie.
Okay.
I think he's 28.
Yeah, he's old. Like he's
like Jose
came
Abreu.
from Cuba, and so I like that though.
Yeah, like Jose
he's more
Abreu.
better. Yeah, same sort of thing there. But But no, I think that the speed is intriguing to me. Hits a lot of homers and can steal big. And it seems like everyone in Texas they're just getting the green light to steal. So I'm a hold on Adolis.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a hold unless you can get someone really good.
Yeah.
Because usually when there's a new player on the block, people are excited to have them on their team, and someone like Ozuna or Freeman might be boring. So you could maybe package Garcia with someone that's average for one of those elite guys. But if you can't, then yeah, definitely hold.
All right, let's get into my sell high. People might not like this, but it's Jared Walsh of the Los Angeles Angels. On the surface, his 7 home runs, 30 RBIs are great, but I think he's due for some regression here soon. BABIP is 400. He's getting lucky with everything he's putting on play. That is inflated. That's out the ass. I can't believe how high that is when I saw it, or you told me that. Also, he had protection with Mike Trout hitting in front of him, Justin Upton hitting behind him. As a younger guy, Mike Trout's now out 6 to 8 weeks. His OBP, Mike Trout, was 466, which led to all these RBI opportunities. So when you're seeing that, Mike Trout is getting on base. He's always on base. Well, he's on base this percent of the time, but he's always there. Those RBI opportunities are going to be less now that he's not in the lineup. Everyone knows that. Pitchers will be able to focus more on attacking Jared Walsh than they were before. I think they'll change up the way they pitch to him. I mean, they're going to game plan for him more. So I think that's going to hurt kind of his production here in the short term as well. Also, his expected average is 270. Expected batting average is 278, which is 55 points lower than his actual batting average. So these should start to close up maybe around the 270 mark as the season goes on. I don't expect him to hit 333 the whole season. That would be crazy. Also, kind of worried. Hard hit percentage is 36%, which is only 26th percentile of the league. And his average exit velo is 25th percentile. Kind of concerning for a guy who hits the ball that hard. He's trying to hit home runs. That's kind of his profile. He's not a big average hitter. So I'm kind of a little bit worried about that. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy for it, but whatever. I'm not saying Jared Walsh isn't going to be productive this season. He's going to be a good fantasy option. I think we just need to sell high when we can, and I think that time's right now.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, I think that Mike Trout leaving the lineup for sure hurts him because he was a big RBI guy, and like when someone's on 50% of the time like Trout, I mean, that can only help you.
Yeah,
so I don't know who's going to hit at that top of the lineup. But
the Angels lineup without Trout's pretty ugly.
Yeah, so like Ohtani's going to probably stay at 2, but like Ohtani's not like a huge on-base guy.
No.
This will be behind Rendon too.
Yeah.
But pitchers pitching with people on base is way harder.
Yes.
It's not the same as
it's
pitching
not
with
the
no one
same.
on base.
You're right.
So.
And they'll probably rely on him more, and they might bump him up to 3 or 4 maybe. I don't know what they're going to do, what the plan is, but I definitely would explore some trade opportunities.
Would you rather have Walsh or Garcia?
Probably Jared Walsh.
Yeah, probably Walsh.
I mean, first base is kind of thin, so that's why I would probably take him there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have a thin first base and you want to hold on to him, there's no reason not to hold on to him if you're thin at that position. But I think if you get some better players, you might as well go and do it. Any final notes from anyone?
Nope.
Make sure you subscribe, like the video, join the Discord. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
See ya.